Oh, I didn't see you there. Hi, I'm Rob McCallum, director of NES Club Nintendo Quest and host of GamerCast, and you're listening to Two Dudes and an S.
Hey, Justin.
What's up, man?
Not a whole lot. Getting ready to talk about some legendary wings.
That wasn't a very legendary intro for a game called Legendary Ring.
I don't know why I put a question mark at the end of it. I mean, I know that's the game we're talking about, but
It's probably because it's late night with the dudes version.
yeah, I came flying instead of the usual excitement. I came flying in with a question like, "Are we really going to talk about this at 11:30 at night?"
Right. The
So
late night show. We're going to compete with Conan and Kimmel.
yeah,
You know.
and all those other people that I don't even remember who they are.
Yeah.
Colbert's got a late night.
Colbert. I haven't even watched it yet. Which
Well, I
is
watched.
bad.
I'll tell you what.
Go ahead.
It's bad. I'll tell you, I tried to watch it. And I guess now that he shows his true colors, I liked him better as a fake conservative guy than I do as actually Stephen Colbert.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. That I wasn't meaning it's bad as a show because I've not watched it. But he was hilarious as a parody of himself.
Right.
So I'm not sure I can watch him not be a parody of himself. But, you know, I also don't have cable, and where I live, I have an antenna, but it doesn't work
Nice.
because I'm too far away from any television station antenna.
And
So,
little behind the scenes inside baseball. Also, you have terrible internet, and that's why we're recording at 11:30 at night because we've tried
That is
like
true.
4 times in the last week.
DSL. Well, DSL action still running. But moving in 3 weeks, about.
All right. Yeah. Good
So,
news.
moving to the, I guess we'll have the same internet at that point.
Charter.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty good, actually. I mean, as much as I complain about Charter as a cable company, the internet's pretty good.
Yeah. But anyway, you were talking about how you were a little tired. Maybe that's why you came in with the question.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, by the way, we're Two Dudes and an S. You're listening to Two Dudes and an S. I realized, listening to the last few episodes, that we quit putting the bumper in at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
people who
you
don't know what the show is, they come in and we just start with, "Hey, Justin," and nobody even knows what we are.
I don't know. I kind of felt like, the intro should just be, well, maybe this is a discussion for off the air, but I felt like the intro should just be the "Hey, Justin, what's up, man?" Because by this point, people know what they're listening to. They're downloading it. I guess they could just have like a feed of podcasts they're listening to, and they may not realize.
Surely we're getting new listeners, right? I mean, all our old D-padders are telling all their friends. They're making new friends, telling those friends.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then they go listen.
Well,
and I don't even know what the show is.
I used to end the show when I was telling everybody where to find us with a tell your friend word of mouth thing. I don't think I've said that in a while. So people may have stopped telling people.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. If you don't remind them, they're not
urged
going to do it.
I haven't urged them to tell somebody. So
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Going back to me being tired, because, well, tangent to my tangent. We also have recently been introducing our show with nothing but tangents. I don't know if you noticed that the last 5 or 6 episodes, instead of kicking into game discussion, we just start the show with just random nothing.
yeah, you gotta get them out of the way.
Yeah. So anyways, tired, right? So not only is it 11:30 at night, but I'm done with school now as of this week.
Mhm.
So during school, I was drinking maybe 2 energy drinks a day, 2 Monsters a day, trying to keep up. And since I'm done with school, I've started just as of like yesterday trying to quit drinking energy drinks, and it is pretty rough.
It's pretty rough. So I'm right now in the midst of studying for board exams, which is like, it's pretty brutal. it's pretty much all day studying for since the beginning of April, and I've consumed my caffeine consumption has gone up quite a bit. Well, they have surges in the drink machine at the school, and they're only 50 cents a piece.
Whoa.
So if you've got $1, I mean, you're going to buy 2, right?
Well, yeah. Well, do you want to buy 2 surges, or do you want change jingling in your pocket?
Exactly. That's an easy question to answer. And so basically, I kind of went in this mode where I was buying 2 every time I went to the school and kind of just putting them in the fridge. It's it was smash cut to Felicia saying, "Are these surges like? Where are they coming from?" Because I hadn't told her where I was buying them at the school. So she was like, "Where are all these surges coming from?" Because they were starting to stockpile a little bit. But yeah. So, but I've been drinking a lot of copious amounts of caffeine because I've been trying to get up really early and start studying. So, yeah, that ought to be fun to try to come off of.
When's that? When's the board exam?
May 28th is the first one, and June 6th is the second one.
And then that's it.
That's it for those. Yeah, for a year. And then I'll take another one in a year after that. So
sweet. And you do like work type things in that time?
Yeah. So I'll be on clinical rotation starting in the end of July. My very first one, psychiatry.
Nice.
That should be an interesting first go around. So yeah.
Sweet. Because on another side note related to the show, I would like to get us back regular again. It's so easy once you stop being regular to not. I mean, to stay not regular. It's hard to get back on it. But my fault. I take the blame and I apologize to listeners. Mostly because I've been in school. We had to cut back, and through your boards will probably continue to be a little iffy. But then after that, I think we can probably get back on track.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that the other day. After June 6th, I pretty much don't really have much going on until July 25th. So I'm just going to start doing bunch.
Sweet. We could potentially, no promises, we could potentially go back to back to every week. But
ooh, do we dare?
Well, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But okay, I'll tell you what. Let me try the intro again.
Okay.
I got another one. This one is going to be really corny, all right? Hey, Justin.
Okay.
You ready to play Legend? Wait for it. Dairy Wings?
Dairy Wings? Oh, Dairy Wings. Okay, I get it. All right. That's pretty funny.
I think
that's pretty funny.
Okay, that one was no better than the first one. Anyways, let's start talking about legendary wings. Do you have any?
One more tangent.
Okay.
I got history, but I got one more quick tangent. Anybody out there listens to the Adam Carolla show, and you like a good bathroom humor, and if you listen to this show, you clearly probably like bathroom humor. Right? They go listen to the episode with Dave Coulier, who is, Joey from Full House, is on there. And apparently a big part of his stand-up act is celebrity fart noises. And it's pretty hilarious. It's hilarious. So I was in my car today just laughing hysterically.
I have to listen to that one. Speaking of regular podcasts, I've gotten to where I listen to so many podcasts now. If they release more than once a week, I can't listen to them. So I quit listening to Adam Carolla because he releases every day. I just couldn't keep up.
And now he's like even upped it because I like his show with Dr. Drew, and I know you said you listened to it. Now he's upped that to 5 days a week.
Yeah, I stopped listening to it. I loved it because they were going once a week. I was like, sweet, I get to listen to Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew once a week. Sweet. And then they're like, hey, guess what? We're going to go 5 days a week. And I said, well, unsubscribe. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Not even going to try.
Just bombarding you. Yeah. So, but hey, good that's successful, I guess. Good for them.
Yeah, good for them. So,
Okay.
history.
Legendary Wings. Legendary Wings game brought to you by screw that up right off the bat. How about Capcom, not Comcap?
I think you're about to say
It was originally
Konami, which we'll get into that a little bit later. This could pass for a Konami game at certain points.
I was actually going to talk about that too. One's particularly comes to mind, but
Anyways, moving on.
yeah. So, but it was released by Capcom. It's a shoot 'em up game. It was originally an arcade game brought to you by Takashi Nishiyama, which that name should ring some bells. I believe we've talked about him in the past. Maybe not we haven't talked about any of the games that he's done, but he's an important video game guy because he's been a part of SNK. Probably one of his most famous roles is being the co-director for the very first Street Fighter. So, and had some pretty big names in the designer aspect as well. One of the lead designers for the game, Akira Kitamura. You know who that is?
No, can't say that I do.
He's the guy that designed Mega Man.
Oh, wow, really?
Akira Kitamura, yeah. So,
I guess I always thought it was Kinji Inafune.
well, he drew the art, but the character. So, Kiji Inafune did the artwork, but apparently the character was actually created. The idea was from Akira Kitamura. So, there you go.
I need that NBC, the more you know noise to play right now.
And to continue on the Mega Man little run here, Manami Matsume was actually doing the music for this game as well. So, who also did, of course, Mega Man, and most recently, a game that has quite the following, especially in our group on Facebook, Shovel Knight.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Released, it was the arcade version was released in November of 1986, but the NES version not released until July of 1988. It actually got quite a bit of acclaims for this game. It was quite popular game. IGN had it at 70 in their top 100 NES games. The general overall feel on the reviews on this is that it was kind of an underrated game. But we'll get into that when we talk about the game.
Yeah.
So did you have any big story about how you came across this game?
Well, I did not have this growing up. I actually never played it growing up. Actually, honestly, never played it until we did the show for this time. I did pick it up in a lot, and I can't for the life of me remember if it was like an eBay lot or if it was one of the ones I got off Craigslist from a guy. But I remember it came in a pack with a bunch of games. So, actually, I think I was the one. Do you remember me telling you about the guy at UT that's where I got the Power Glove and stuff? Bought a bunch of stuff with the guy at UT. He was like going out of the country or something, skipping town. Remember that guy?
Sold everything. Yeah.
I think it was in that lot, but I never did play it. It's been on my shelf. Never really gave it a shot till now.
Yeah,
but
I don't know why, because that box art's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is.
It's pretty legendary. So I was looking at the box art, and I'll pull this up on the screen share here if I can get it pulled up. If you go the original box art, or not box art, I guess you wouldn't call it box art, but the original art that goes with the arcade game is fairly lame, in my opinion, compared to the let's see, where's my screen share? Compared to the
NES box art.
NES version. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
There you go. There's the arcade version. Take Wings Legendary Soldiers.
Oh, I don't know. I think I like the arcade version. She's
really? Oh boy. I do like the fact that the word wings kind of reminds me of the show Wings.
Yeah,
It almost says it in a similar fashion.
it does. Hey, speaking of tangent,
Mm-hmm.
we watched that Will Ferrell movie with Will Ferrell and Marky Mark, Daddy's Home, or something about Daddy. The one where Marky Mark comes back into town and tries to take over or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the guy from Wings is in it, and he plays Will Ferrell's boss, and he's hilarious.
Which guy?
The younger guy in Wings, the younger brother.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but yeah, I know you're talking about.
I just was like, that's the guy from Wings. That's all I know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Brian. He was Brian on the show. I don't know what his real name is.
Yeah,
So.
I trust you. I haven't seen Wings in a long time.
It's on Netflix. I'm just saying.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Wings
I think I know
on
what I'm
Netflix.
doing tomorrow night.
I feel like Coach was on Hulu, and they recently took it off because I tried to find it the other day and it's gone.
I could go for some Coach.
Maybe I dreamed that, but it was recently after we finished Parenthood because I was like, I need some more Craig T. Nelson, but it was gone. So
Can't have too much Craig T.
no. So anyway, the game.
Yeah. So did you play it? Did you ever play it?
I never played it until we started talking about it for this podcast. No, never even. I honestly can say I've never even heard of it until we decided to do it for the show. So
Okay.
definitely under the radar for me.
The reason I even decided to do it is because I've always wanted to play it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since I got it, I was like, the box art looks cool. The back of the box looks cool. Like the screenshots and stuff on the back of the box. And I was like, I really want to play this game. I know I'm not going to play it unless we talk about it on the show.
Right.
Because as little time as I have, as far as playing NES games, it's usually if we're playing for the show. So I want to give it a shot. That's the extent of why we decided to do it for the show. It's not a Patreon pick. It's nothing. It wasn't a random pull. It was just Michael wanted to play it.
It's just you fitting your selfish needs.
Yeah, pretty much. I was just feeling a little selfish.
I'm looking at the box art here. It's a little wordy.
Yeah, it's
on the back.
A little wordy.
It gives you like a story.
Yeah, I like the story. You know.
Mm-hmm. I like how dark is all capitalized. It's 20,000 years in the future. Somewhat Greek mythology, and it's all being done by a supercomputer. It's like they wanted. It's kind of like they said, I want to make a game. One guy said, I want to make a game about a supercomputer. And another guy said, I want to make a game about Greek mythology. And we're like, well, we've only got the budget to make one game.
Well, then I guess we're making a game about a supercomputer that covers Greek mythology.
Mm-hmm, right.
I always thought, it was kind of like an Archangel game, like from the X-Men. Because it's But it's just cool. You're like an angel guy with wings, and you shoot a gun. I don't know. I always thought it was going to be a really fun game to play.
I think it's a fun game. And when you get to games like this, is you kind of wonder what was going through the designer's mind and like saying, why didn't you just pick a method? There's the top-down method, there's the side-scrolling method, and they mix it all in. And I'm not even saying that I don't like it. I'm just saying, what was the thinking behind that?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. It's not the first time we've run into that either,
No.
I feel like can't remember the game. I feel like we've played a game before that did the same thing where it switched. Was it Rygar? Yeah, I think it was Rygar. Where it switched from side-scrolling to top-down. And it was kind of the same thing. I was thinking, the side-scrolling is pretty good. Top-down, I don't know. I can take it or leave it. This game, I was kind of the same way. Yeah, Rygar was good. Yeah. This game, I was kind of the same. Felt the same way a little bit in that the side-scrolling. I don't know. It was good. It really was good, but I feel like the top-down was better. It when you do one really, really well, and you do the other one that's just okay, it kind of really shines because one of them's a lot better than the other.
And let me just go ahead and throw this out there. We talked about this a little bit in history. We touched on it. And then we'll get to the instruction manual, which you've already got pulled up. And I'm just biting at the...
chomping at the bit.
I'm just chomping at the bit for that. But one thing that I was playing it, and I was in the side-scrolling, and I was like, there's something that is just super simple. And I was like, I can't put my finger on it, so I kept playing it, and I thought, I've seen this before. This is from something. And I kind of thought, and I was like, well, what other Capcom games have I played a lot of? And I was like, DuckTales. And so I kind of went and looked at some screenshots from DuckTales versus this game, and I was like, and the sounds, there's a lot of similarity between the two. It's kind of weird. And the snakes that you can get in this game, the little snake tokens, those snakes, the same design and everything, are in DuckTales, except they're bad guys in that game.
There's a lot of reused Capcom stuff in this game.
Yeah.
Either that or this game got reused in other games, because I noticed the same thing, especially with the sound. If you close your eyes, you'd be hard-pressed to figure out which game it was, outside of maybe the music.
That's what made me first think about it, before the snakes even, before I even noticed that. The sounds made me think, this is super similar to something. So
even kind of a little Mega Man, just any Capcom game in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like this game, you can hear the sounds in this game.
Yeah.
Which I guess, if you think about it, if you close your eyes and play any Capcom game, if you were able to ignore the music, how similar would it sound? My guess is probably pretty similar.
Right. Well, yeah.
They probably had a pool of sound effects that they had made, and just pulled from it. I mean, that's smart.
You've also got the same composers really doing multiple games, just like Matsume.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Aaron Hickman's going to give me crap if I don't say her name right, I'm sure. So.
I'm sure you did your best. I'm sure you botched it real good.
I like how you didn't say that you did okay or did all right. You just said, I'm sure you did your best. Anyway.
I'll give you a participation trophy.
Right. Okay.
All right, let's get this manual. We want to talk about the manual real quick.
Yes. I'm dying.
The usual special message from Captain Commando.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You got controls here. You can move. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can shoot missiles and guns. All right. Very basic manual so far. All right, here we go. Legendary Wings story. Ares, god of war, gave two young men courage and wings of love to save the world from extinction. Ares entrusted them with the survival and the future of the human race. Time is of essence. Take wings. Legendary wings.
Mm-hmm. I like what they did there.
Yeah. I don't like the fact that Ares, the god of war, is giving these guys wings of love to save the world. This is weird to me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Should it not be Aphrodite or something like that?
Mm-hmm. Well, you read Ares, and I just read Ars.
Ours. It's late. It's okay. It's late.
Ours. God of War.
It's a pirate. This is not a Greek. It's not a Greek game. It's a pirate game.
Yeah. Okay.
Ours.
Okay.
Ours. The pirate god of war.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
War on the high seas. All right. Anyways. Power-ups. Normal shots. Can you really call that a power-up? You start the game with that.
No, that's
That
not a
does
power
not
up.
that does not need to be in the power-up section. There's
That is a cheap way of trying to say they're giving you a power up.
They're fluffing up the manual. So they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's what I do. Hey, that's what I did in my senior design report. I put stupid sentences in like that to make it look bigger.
Or like when you're putting citations in and you realize you've only cited like 2 sources, so you just like find a bunch of random sources that talk about the thing. You just like fill up a page of sources.
Yep. Even though you didn't actually even read the articles from those
Right.
sources.
No, this article talked about it though. I'm going to use that. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Twin laser. If you pick up a power item, you'll get a twin laser. It's very effective against multiple enemies. Does twice the damage of normal shots. Well, there's 2 of them. So there you go. This one's one of my personal favorites. What's so funny?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Flame shots.
Yeah. Flame shot.
What'd you think I was going to say?
I don't know.
Firebird,
Mhm.
maybe?
Maybe.
The
Yeah, because
car
I was
that-
thinking about Carl.
The car that Carl used to drive back in high school.
I was thinking about Carl. Right.
Okay. Or there's also one called penetration. If you pick up 2 items consecutively, you'll get a penetration.
I don't even know what that means. Am I supposed to like that? I don't know.
Well, it's powerful. It is very powerful and can penetrate enemy vehicles, Justin.
Right. Okay.
Damages 3 times normal shots.
Okay. All right. Okay.
The flame shots happens if you get 3 in a row. It will shoot in 3 directions and is 2 times as powerful as normal shots. So flame shots are not as powerful as penetration.
Right. Penetration is the most powerful thing you can get.
Well, no, actually Firebird's the most powerful thing you can get.
Oh, okay. Carl's Firebird.
Yeah. Carl's Firebird. You know, in the game, it almost looks like he turns into a phoenix, but actually what I think happens is he climbs in the passenger seat of Carl's Firebird.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
Becomes invincible for the while.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. So I think that's pretty much it for the manual. There's just some stages.
Well,
and
let's go
picture.
back up for just a second on the hints on gameplay. I'm not real sure how that's a hint. If you get hit at normal stage, you will lose 1 player. If you get hit during a power-up, power level will drop. However, if you are a Firebird, power will drop 1 level after 3 hits. How is that like a hint? I think a hint, I'm like that's just like logistics. It's not a hint.
Yeah, that's just kind of telling you how the game works.
Yeah. Here's a hint. If you get hit, you die. There you go. You're welcome.
Well, technically, the twin laser and penetration, those are hints also.
Yeah, it's true. Let me give you this hint. It's called penetration. All right.
See, there's 5 stages. 5 stages that are very, very similar to each other, but we'll get into that here in just a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Each stage has 2 kinds of substages. There's the minus stage, when you enter the large face,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's the bonus stage, if you find holes in the ground.
Yeah. Again, very odd.
And then bonus points, the snake, which for the life of me, I always dodged because I didn't think you could actually pick it up. And it wasn't until you mentioned earlier in this episode that you could pick it up that I feel like a dummy. Now I feel like a dummy.
But it is a bad guy in another Capcom game, so
Yeah,
it's an easy mistake.
I'm pretty sure Snake is a bad guy in almost all games.
Yeah, you think Snake. It's a bad guy.
It's bad. So,
Yeah.
But here I am. I missed out on lots and lots of points. Lots of points.
So we've talked about at least 2 games that I know where there was a snake, and a snake was a bad guy. DuckTales, it was like Friday the 13th, there were snakes.
Kung Fu, there's snakes. Those are they're bad in Kung Fu.
Yeah, Kung Fu, there's snakes, they're bad. Yeah,
Snakes are bad, okay?
except in this game.
Except for in this game. And then the manual gives us a slew of enemy characters, including the cicada.
Which are, kind of liked around here, I guess.
Yeah.
Are they liked or hated?
I think they're kind of liked. People like the noise they make.
Yeah.
But you only have to worry about them like once every 7 years or something like that.
I think that's baloney. It's like I hear them every year.
Well, I
They
guess
get louder every 7 years.
Oh, okay.
But you've always got the stupid ones that are like off of that breeding cycle and they wake up on the wrong year.
Oh, yeah.
Larry woke up.
Larry woke up, climbed out of the ground, looked around, and realized there's no broads. So he just made a bunch of noise. By
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
There's also ladybugs. You gotta watch out for those ladybugs.
Yeah. Which, okay, snake, good, ladybug, bad.
Yeah, this game makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of this game making a lot of sense, that's pretty much the end of the manual. But speaking of this game making a lot of sense, I think of all the NES games that I played, this one is not necessarily the hardest, but it is my worst. I am absolutely terrible at this game.
It's tricky.
I
Say
tried
that.
pretty much all week, off and on, to become good at this game. Because we got High Score Challenge, by the way, coming up. But I tried. I really did. To try to become good at this game, and I could not do it. Like, I couldn't even get close to any of these high scores. Like, normally I'm at least within a multiplier, of the high scores with the other people. No, not this time.
No,
Not even
it's
close.
It's exponential at this point. So, yeah.
I guess we go ahead and let's go ahead and, since we're talking high scores, let's go ahead and dip into the high score challenge here.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and tell you my high score. I didn't break 100,000, so it's pretty low. I couldn't even break 100,000. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I know I couldn't break 100,000.
Yeah, me neither, so.
Here
There you go. That's my score. Yeah. That's why I talked about it, because Dave's actually going to join us and give us.
Welcome everybody, Dave Coulier.
Yeah. He apparently has a new book out called "The Adventures of," it's like Jimmy Booger or something. It sounds actually pretty funny. It's like a kid's book. But Stamos is on it.
Stamos.
Stamos.
He's on it or in it?
Stamos. Can it be both?
It could.
I don't know. I think it's just in it.
No.
Anyway,
Okay,
high score
so,
challenge.
High score challenge. All right. So we had 4 entries. Looks like. Well, no, 3 entries.
Uh-huh.
I think it's 3 entries. Matt Daly, Derek Fletchell, and Baz. So Baz getting back in the game.
Mhm.
Does that mean he won? Does that mean he came back in the game and just, wreaked havoc on everyone? No, it doesn't. In fact, poor Baz looks like he got 3rd place.
Oh.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I wouldn't count him out yet. Legendary Wings just may not be his game. Right. But he comes in with a score of 157,800.
It's very good though.
It's
my
still
opinion.
still very good. Like I said, I didn't even break 100,000.
Right.
Next up is Derek Fletchell, 300,300.
Yeah.
So almost double Baz.
Yeah, that's impressive.
You think that, and you think, how could it possibly get any higher, right?
Right.
Derek's got it. Well,
Right.
you'd be wrong to think that, because Matt Daly comes swooping in with 635,800.
Wow.
Ridiculous.
They all pretty much doubled each other.
Yep.
That's impressive.
What's nice though is Matt in the comments, and people can go on our high score page and see this, but in the comments he actually dishes out some tips to everybody because everybody's like, wow, what a high score, how did you do it? And he dishes out a few tips.
It's either dishing out some tips or saying, I'll even tell you hints and you still won't beat my score.
Which is true, that's what happened. So
yeah. So,
but
well, congratulations, Matt.
oh, whoa, hold on, hold the phone.
I'm holding.
I missed. Well, no, it's a cat. I missed one.
Uh-oh.
Derek Fletchell came back. 1 million.
No way.
253,500.
No way. He's
Believe
making
it.
it up.
He may be, but he's got a picture to prove it. He's not in the picture.
All right.
That I can tell.
I'll trust it. Are Sean's feet in the picture?
No, Sean didn't even. He came in late. He didn't get play his hand here. So
Yeah.
But Derek Fletchell comes swooping in last minute, we'll say, on Cinco de Mayo, probably having a couple Coronas, decided to play some legendary wings, knocks it out.
It was the tacos. It was the tacos.
It's
I
no,
think it was the tacos.
it's not his taco, it's his burrito.
Oh, oh, there's an inside joke for you.
There's an inside joke that I don't think we ever told on the podcast, so there you go. Maybe we will in the future. Stay tuned.
Tacos, man. Yeah. It's not. No, he said it was backwards.
Yeah, he said that.
It's not a burrito. It's my taco. Oh, I got a cat story, by the way. If you want, if you'd like a cat tangent.
Always cat tangents.
In Loudon, they're building this new fishing dock down.
I thought you were going to say cat park.
No, that'd be pretty sweet. So, my dad's been going down there and pretty much daily and working. Well, they've had a visitor pretty much daily, and that visitor is your father. He's been coming down, just kind of hanging out, shooting the bull with my dad, and kind of just hanging out. So, Dad said, he was kind of down there, and your dad showed up, and your dad was over there just kind of walking around looking at everything. And all of a sudden, he heard your dad go, "Come here, buddy, come here." And he looked over, and your dad was holding a cat and just rubbing it. And it was rubbing its head on your dad's chin and being all. And it was like, I was like, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
So
he got a cat, by the way, recently.
Oh, really?
He got a cat.
Cool. Yeah, but I just thought that was a funny story.
How long ago was that?
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe he took that
about
cat
a month
home.
ago, maybe.
That sounds about the right timeline.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's about a month ago. It's just funny because my dad said he just looked over and all of a sudden your dad had a cat. So there you go.
Okay, there you go. It sounds like my dad. He does random weird things. Anyways, so
Okay.
Legendary Wings.
So a couple of things about the gameplay. The top down, I agree with you, was the best. when you go into side to side, first of all, I guess the levels are named differently. Like, the side-scrolling is called Lucky.
Yeah, I've noticed
But I just
that
thought they were saying... I thought they were just saying Lucky. At first, I was like, they were just saying Lucky because I got through the top-down version. It's like, no. Apparently, that's just the level name. But if you notice, when you jump, the character jumps, he crosses his legs. It's a fancy jump.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
I did notice that the wings flap whenever you jump inside
Yeah.
scrolling. I thought that was pretty cool. Nice little touch.
The wings flap and the legs cross. It's a little. He's a little bit of a dandy.
He's a dainty little guy, huh?
Mm-hmm. He's a dandy.
It's all that courage that that ours gave him.
Oh yeah, and the wings of love.
The wings
So-
of love.
You imagine like the god of war sitting here firing you up, and it's like, I'm going to give you this to go into battle. It's the wings of love. All right.
Yeah, he's like, hey, all right, you're gonna get some guns. Okay, you're gonna get some bombs. All right, we'll give you all this courage. We'll give you wings of love. And what was that? What was that, Aries? Wings of what? Oh, yeah. You know, wings, like so you can fly. Yeah, wings of love.
Right.
It's like, you know, that's all he had left. You know, he's like, well, I gave the wings of fire away. I gave the wings of lightning away.
Those guys all died.
Those guys all died, and the wings, like, I can get the wings back. So, I guess these guys get the wings of love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, here's. I thought the game was fun, right? And I thought it controlled really well. I liked the side scrollers. I like the top down better, but I like the side scrolling parts. But here's where it starts to get a little iffy for me. Okay, I thought it was difficult. That's not the problem. Okay, the difficulty, you know, I could maybe eventually get good at the game. It didn't seem like I could ever get good at the game, but that's my own fault. That's not the game's fault. What got me was every stage is basically the same. There's 5 stages, but you're just doing this. It's the same. Even the boss is the same, from what I could tell. Like, you just face the dragon over and over again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, once you do it once, it's pretty much the same thing over again.
it seemed to me like they got a little lazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, very much so. And the fact that they didn't really change much at all.
They changed colors. They changed color schemes of things. That seemed to be the way they rolled.
I wish they would have at least changed the facial expressions on the statues when you're flying over them. Because, you know, I don't know.
It's just something you thought they should change.
I just thought that'd be funny.
Yeah.
Apparently not.
Some of them smiling, some of them frowning, some of them crying. I got you. Yeah, that's cool.
Some of them a little bashful.
A little bashful. Yeah, okay.
So, you know. All right, what do we
I
got?
can
What
get
else do we
behind
got?
We'll see graphics, music, sound. We kind of touched on the graphics a little bit already. I think the graphics are good, even though the levels are a little bit repetitive. I think the graphics are good. I like the little touches of like the flapping wings and the when you turn into when you climb into the passenger seat of the Firebird. The guy looks really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. The graphics. I thought overall the graphics were pretty good.
Mm. Yeah, the sprites I thought were really good, so no complaints on the graphics. I thought the music was really good.
Yes. Let me one more thing on the graphics. I thought that it was a little strange that the guy was basically naked in the side scrolling.
Naked, and you got to go back and jam out across his legs as he jumps.
Yeah. I mean, that's not saying that's not bad graphics. That's some weird
graphics. Mm-hmm.
Weird design decisions there to make him naked and cross his legs when he jumps. Anyways, that's beside the point. But yeah, no, the music was really good. Just good Capcom music, you know.
Right.
Oh, we forgot. We mentioned Konami earlier. Now,
Yes.
side-scrolling stuff is very much Konami-like, if you ask me.
Yeah, one specifically, I felt like it was a lot like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first one, the original.
Okay. Yeah, it does. Actually, yeah. I was thinking Life Force myself, but no, you're right. It does seem a lot like Ninja Turtles, the first one.
Yeah.
I was thinking Life Force because you're like inside the guts. You see guts everywhere, you know?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's kind of like innards.
Right.
You fly through things. And it's also side-scrolling shooter. So I thought that was kind of similar to Life Force. But no, the music's really good. The sound effects are good. And like we touched on earlier, it's kind of all very Capcom-like, especially the sound effects.
Right.
They sound familiar, yet they work for this game just like they work for the other games.
Right.
But
yeah, no complaints.
I would not put the music into the category of listening to it outside of playing the game, though.
Yeah, it's good, but no Mega Man. Let's say that.
I would agree with that.
I still listen to Mega Man sometimes, studying and stuff. They're so good.
They are good. And like did you ever listen to the was it the Megas that do the Mega Man cover stuff?
I don't think I've ever listened to that.
You should listen to them. They have an acoustic album that's really good. I think the name of them is the Megas. And they have an acoustic album, and they basically what they do is they take the Mega Man songs, they play them, and they put really cheesy lyrics about Mega Man to them.
Oh man,
it's good. It's good.
It'd be pretty sweet. Yeah,
cheesy as in they're very much the story of Mega Man, but you can imagine what that sounds like. It's good, though.
Right?
It's really good.
Awesome.
All right, so is it fun? Is it worth it?
Is it fun? Yes, it's fun. Is it worth it? Well, I'll tell you, the cost, it ranges just like they all do. You could probably find it for about $6 or $7. You can't really find a whole lot of sources on it. But I did find one buy. It's on Etsy. It would be a pretty sweet deal. It is $13 for Legendary Wings and WWF WrestleMania.
Okay.
So
all right.
That's one heck of a
pack.
combo right there. Yeah.
Nice. So we
complement each other so well.
They do. Actually, yeah, because he kind of looks like he's in his underwear.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever. He kind of looks like a wrestler.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So,
Buff dude.
it looks like, anywhere from $7 to $12.
Okay.
So,
wow.
say $10.
Yeah, I guess I'd say it is worth it then. And I was kind of thinking it was going to be cost more than that, and I was going to say it's not worth it because even though it's fun, I find it kind of repetitive and difficult. Yeah. But if it's only like $10, then yeah, I totally think it's worth it.
DK Oldies has it for $12.99, eBay $8.95. So yeah, around in that general vicinity.
Sweet, I say it's worth it then.
Definitely if you go with the combo pack.
Oh yeah. $13 throw in that WrestleMania. Yeah,
definitely. You got to go for that.
Yeah. Is there only one of those combo packs?
There is.
Hopefully it's still there by the time this episode releases. So
right, get on that.
Yeah,
don't want to miss out.
All right, you got any retrofitted trophies?
I do. Do you?
I do.
So the first one is you may be cool, but I'm cooler. And that is make it past the guy that's blowing smoke rings in the top-down version.
Because it's cool to smoke?
Well, it's cool to blow smoke rings.
Okay. All right, we're not condoning
now listen.
smoking on this show.
I thought if you blow smoke rings, it negates all of the adverse problems. Like,
Oh, okay.
if
I didn't
you
know
do
that.
smoke rings, you don't get cancer.
Okay. All right. Hey, I didn't know that.
No, please do not quote me on that. No, that's a joke. Yeah.
But you're a doctor. You're going to be a doctor. I think we have to believe that, right?
So no, but yeah, that's my trophy.
Okay.
That's my first trophy.
Okay. All right. My first one is a pretty simple one. Rise from the ashes. And that is climb in the passenger seat of the Firebird.
All right.
Turn into the Firebird.
Okay. I'm gonna say my next one is these wings. Some call them legendary, and that is beat the game.
Okay. Wow, I came up with really simple trophies. All right, my second one's called Lucky! Exclamation point, and that is enter a secret place.
Sweet. That's all I got. I came up with the two. So
Okay. All right, I got one more. I'm going to rephrase this one real quick. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this is probably the hardest thing to do in the game, I think. And that's beat the game with 8 lives, full power, and 9 continues, which means you didn't die, basically. Okay.
wow.
The name of that trophy is Legend. Wait for it. Tom Arnold will be impressed.
Nice. I love what you did there. Love it.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
All right. That's my trophy.
All right.
So how we gonna rate it?
Type of winged animal.
There are a lot of winged animals besides birds. I don't know like that one. Let's go. How about pirate? Since we talked about pirates.
Okay. All right. I don't really know a lot of pirates.
I've got one.
Okay.
The Johnny Depp's character in Pirates of the Caribbean. Because
Jack Sparrow?
he was fun. Yeah, Jack Sparrow. Okay. He was fun, right? But after about 30 minutes to an hour of him, I was bored. He's very monotonous. He kept doing the same stuff over and over again. I really got tired of that character.
Are they making another one of it? They're making another one of those movies, aren't they?
I don't know. I'm tired of that. I'm so tired of it.
They got to give that up.
It wouldn't surprise me. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to go with Jack Sparrow because while he's fun and enjoyable character, he eventually gets old.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Blackbeard.
Okay.
No. Captain Hook. Is he a pirate?
Oh. Yeah, he's a pirate. Sure.
Okay.
He's a captain.
Captain Hook.
He's a pirate.
Yeah. Captain Hook because... Hold on, let me drink a surge and I'll figure it out.
Captain Hook because playing this game makes you feel like a lost boy.
There you go. I'm still in that.
Okay.
That's my answer.
You can have it. I gotta ask you a question real quick before we move on to the feedback. This is a tangential question here.
Okay.
I've been hearing birds chirping in the middle of the night at our house. It just started maybe 6 months ago. I'm trying to figure out why. They're like nighttime chirping birds. So either you can answer me or one of the listeners maybe can answer me. Why did the birds start chirping at night? They're chirping right now. They're chirping right now. And they'll chirp until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning before they stop.
Huh. That's interesting. Now I have, and we're recording at night, so they're not active. But if we record, next time we record, if it's in the morning, you'll probably hear them in about 5 feet from me. And in the dryer vent, we have baby birds. And you can hear them tweeting because the
Do
mom
they
built
not?
a nest in there.
Did I get burned up?
I guess not. I mean, we still use the dryer, so.
They just have to leave for a little while. Come back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. It drives the cats crazy, by the way.
I'd say. Which, have I ever... Yeah, I think I've said this before. That cat is, like, totally in love with you.
She is.
Yeah.
I think I've told the story about how she's like the loveliest cat in the world. That's all she wants to do is love. So,
Yeah. That's sweet.
Yeah.
All right. You get the feedback pulled up?
I do. Let me get it. Go to that page. Okay. Landon Long says, really underrated Capcom shooter. People always think of 1942 and 1943 for Capcom shooters, but this one, with the overhead portions mixed with the side-scrolling portions, makes for a fun shooter. Bob Gosh says, freaking awesome. I love this game. Paul Kluel says, Nintendo hard. Douglas Delecki Jr. said, I hope you're not lactose intolerant because the next word is dairy. Oh boy.
Hey, I made that joke about 5 times, so.
Yeah. This game is seriously difficult, but I have a pretty nice cult following. Is he saying is that a typo? Or do you, Douglas Delecki, have a cult following?
I think he's sneaking in there the fact that he has a cult following.
Okay, yeah.
I think he's trying to...
by the way, guys, I started a cult. It reminds me of the Adam Sandler joining the cult skit. That's pretty funny. Anyway, Dan Blickley says, high score challenge? And you said, certainly. And Mike Panza says, too hard to be fun. I wanted to like it, but it was too expletive hard. And Joe Copel says, definitely underrated. This was one of the first shooters I owned, and I loved it, and still do to this day. The combination of verticals and horizontal shooter is great, and power-ups make or break this game. It's difficult, but as is Castlevania, with memorization and the right power-ups, it can be beat. Ryan Reynolds, who has a picture of a cat as his profile picture, says, this game has the most unfulfilling end screen. Well, I didn't see the end screens. I don't know what he's talking about there.
Yeah, I didn't either. I didn't make it far enough.
Yeah. We'll have to look that up real quick. But Greg Polander says this is a great example of a NES hard game. It's a very good and underrated shooter. I had never seen the arcade game it's based on, when I played it first, but having played it since, it's a very good port of that game. Graphics are quite good. Oh, it's cut off. Oh, here we go. Are quite good for an early NES game. The music is well done. I love the first stage music. And having 2-player co-op is a lot of fun. Yes, it's tough, but as with most NES games, practice makes perfect. The only thing I don't like are the side-scrolling stages that finish the stage. It's hard to control your character. Should have stayed just as an overhead shooter. At 5 stages, it's not super long. But it will take you a while to beat it.
I did forget that not to interrupt his comment, but he brought up a point. There are some side-scrolling bosses too, but they're the same also whenever you see them.
Yeah.
Each time you see them, they're the same. So the top-down bosses are the same, and the side-scrolling bosses are the same.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that.
Mike Vito says, had this game at the local pizza restaurant in South Jersey. We would shovel snowy driveways all day and head there for a slice and hours of legendary wings. When this was ported for the NES, I got it for Christmas. The NES port is even better than the arcade game. Boy, I tell you, that's one thing I kind of miss. Remember, like, when Pizza Huts and, like, CC's would have, like, arcade rooms?
Yeah, I think CC still does.
Slice.
But yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I miss? I miss Food City used to have an arcade game. Every time you go get groceries,
Yeah, they did.
grab a quick round of Street Fighter or something.
Yeah,
Now
and
they got
Mortal
the
Kombat.
stupid-
They had Mortal Kombat for a while.
Yeah, I know. Oh, now they got the stupid claw game.
I know, and Walmart did too. Walmart's just stupid claw games now.
I don't know why they switched to stupid.
They're just greedy.
stupid claw games.
Yeah, they're just greedy. They took games that you could actually play and have fun to put games that were just gimmicks that are impossible to win. Okay.
Sorry.
Anyway, Andy Lewis says, "Don't own it, never played it. I am trying to track down a copy now." Clay Creasy says, "Oh, I can't say that. I almost said it. Effing weird game. Let's just say that. Okay."
It's late. It's late.
Yeah. I said never heard of it. Maybe because it never made it down under. Can't wait to hear about it in great detail. Are you guys going to play this one? Wink, wink. What does that mean, Gail?
We play all the games. Hey, we never go into detail though on any games. Do we ever go into detail? I feel like we don't.
We go into detail about Carl.
Yeah. I would guess that each episode you learn more about Carl than you actually do about the game.
Yeah. But Carl still refuses to come on the show.
One day it'll happen.
Clever the Great said never played it, or maybe I did. Memory's pretty bad. What are we talking about again?
Talking about Wings.
Yep, the show Wings. Derek Fletchell said had this one for a long time, but never really played it until now. Pretty fun shooter. Kind of repetitive as far as bosses go, but overall an adorable experience. The music and sound effects definitely have a Capcom feel. There are a ton of Mega Man sounds in this game. And Ivan rounds us out with Legendary Wings takes me back to my childhood. A simple yet engaging shooter and enjoyable music. Classic old school game. I tell you, Ivan always, he is just a wordsmith.
He's a wordsmith. I wonder if he's he must be a English teacher or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Surely. Yeah.
Doesn't Rob Luther teach English?
He does. He does teach English. Locally. In town here. Well, not in town here. In Knoxville town. Somewhere.
Yeah. Sweet.
But I don't think he listened to our show, so, no props to him.
Yeah. Yeah. If you know Rob Luther, tell him we are not giving him props on Two Dudes and an S.
No props until there's proof that he listens to the show.
Yeah. There you go. All right. What else we got?
I got
some voicemails.
I got some Twitter.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Jason over on Twitter at JCOFish. Jaco Fish says this game was always fun.
Okay.
All right. At Heath Berkheimer. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, Heath. He says, a game I have never heard of before. Not sure if that's a good thing or bad. Can't wait to hear you guys talk about it. And then JAVGB1 Javjabun says, I really like this one and still own it. Fairly standard shooter, but well done. That's it for Twitter. I did want to ask you one thing. A lot of people mention it's underrated. It's underrated. Do you feel like it's underrated?
Yeah. Because it's a fun game, and I think it's a good game that I never heard of. In that sense, yes, it is underrated. But is Is it one of those things? It's like a hidden jewel. Notice what word I didn't use there.
Right. Yeah, thank you.
I don't know if I can say that. You know,
I
see
would-
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. See, I don't think I would call it overrated. I mean, especially now that you told me IGN rated it at 70.
You mean underrated?
What did I say?
You said over.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
late.
underrated. Sorry. Yeah, underrated.
It's well past now.
It's well past what?
Midnight.
Yeah, I see that. Barely, because my eyes are barely open.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I would not call it underrated. I'd call it probably right on as far as rating goes. I would say that it's under talked about. I don't know what word to use there. It's not talked about. It's not talked about enough. I feel like it should be talked about more than it is.
Hmm.
But I think of the people who have played it, I think it gets the right amount of praise.
Right. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. It's Jim.
Alrighty. How dare you? I win.
GYM. Jim.
Oh. Okay. I like that. Yeah.
I do have a couple voicemails.
Okay.
Did we ever, I don't think Josh Witt listens anymore either, since we didn't do any of his voicemails from before. But did we ever play his Top Gun voicemail? I think we stopped short of Top Gun after John Madden last time.
Yeah. Now we played. Yeah. I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay. So this is a voicemail about an episode that we recorded well over a month ago. Top Gun. Anybody want to revisit Top Gun? Well, too bad. We're revisiting it anyways.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
We were going.
What's up, dudes? This is Josh from Genesis Gems and Turtle Flakes. I just wanted to give you a call to talk about Top Gun. I saw this in your Facebook feed, so I figured you might be taking calls on it. So I remember playing Top Gun at a...
We were taking calls on it. We were not playing calls. So, yeah.
In front of my parents' house, it was actually an older couple that they knew through church. I think they were probably in their late 60s, and for whatever reason, the guy, his name, everyone just called him Pop. He had an NES, and he actually played it a bit. And whenever we would go over there to visit, they would let us play. So, and that was the first and really the only time I remember as a kid playing Top Gun. Because he had it, and he was actually really good at it. But he was nice enough to let us play with these over there. And I remember I really enjoyed playing the game, but just like probably everybody else, we could never land on the aircraft carriers. So, I'd usually try it and crash a couple times, and then I'd finally get to the aircraft carrier, just hand the controller off and have them land for me because I could never figure it out. So, and it's funny, the AVGM episode, if you guys have seen it, was very much my experience. And it's just funny that it actually tells you exactly what to do at the bottom of the screen, which, like, my brothers and I, none of us ever noticed that at all. We always just died, so it's pretty funny. It's just, we make it a lot harder than it has to be. It's actually a pretty easy game, so, and music's not bad either. But yeah, just thought I'd share my memory, and hope you guys keep up the good job on the show.
Thanks, Josh. See, we do eventually play your calls.
Yeah.
We also, I feel like we should get him on the show sometime. I mean, we never had him on the show. I don't know why.
But we had him on the Ninja.
That's
the
true.
Ninja Turtle show.
Yeah, we did.
And we were going to have him on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. But
that's another lost episode. That episode actually teamed up with Silver Surfer and flew off into the ether. Seems like.
Oh. Yeah. So.
One
day.
Yeah, one day. Wait, what is that? Is that a sales pitch I hear?
Yeehaw! Hey, it's Dude Andy. I'm just calling in. I want to tell y'all, get down to Two Dudes Traders Emporium. That's right, Two Dudes Traders Emporium. You got to come on down and get all your used card deals. We got Super Mario Brothers. We got Super Mario Brothers 2. We got Super Mario Brothers 3. We got Super Mario Brothers 4. We got Super Mario Brothers. Wait, now I lost count. Oh, dang. Well, if you're looking for a game, you just come on down to Two Dudes Traders Used Cart Emporium, and we're going to hook you up with something good. Ask for Dude A&D for the guarantee. Take it easy. See you on the flip-flop.
Dude A&D with the guarantee.
That's hilarious. I like it.
Okay, that's all I got. That's all the voice
All right.
I got.
Wait.
Oh, we got a new honorary dude.
I'm excited.
Hold on to your hats. Dude J. Todd. Jason Todd.
Sweet.
Dude J. Todd.
Dude J. Todd.
That's what I'm going with. Dude J. Todd. I don't know if that's his real name, Jason Todd, or if that's a fake name, because it's kind of like Batman, you know, Jason Todd. Anyways, and we got a couple new on the cusp. On the cusp. But
Okay.
I don't mention the on the cusp people. Just know that if you've been commenting a lot, you may be on the cusp.
All right. Bring it on.
All right, I guess that's it, as far as I know.
Yeah. All
Do
right.
we, I don't know, I guess, do we want to give the game away? Do we normally give the game away? We're back in that
Do you
now.
have the game giveaway?
Yeah.
You have the game giveaway?
Yep,
Okay.
let me spin the random wheel here of the commenters.
The Wheel of Destiny.
The wheel of commenters. And the winner, hopefully you listen to the show, because it's the only way you can get your prize. Winner is Mike Panza.
Sweet.
Mike. Congratulations, Mike. If you want the Legendary Wings game, you got it. All you got to do is email us letters@nesdudes.com or send us messages on Facebook, and we will get that cart to you. If you want us to sign it, we'll sign it. We love signing carts. The only problem is if we sign it, it'd probably take like 6 months to get there because we're terrible at that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm about to fall asleep. We done here?
Yeah, me too. So let's wrap this up. So you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, leave us feedback, call us, or listen to it. I don't even have it in me. But no, Facebook, Twitter, find us on our website, twodudes.com. Nintendo.
That's not even right. That's not even right. Not even close.
I should edit this out, but I'm going to leave it in because it's hilarious.
You can just Google us.
Nintendudes.com, twodudesnns.com, and nesdudes.com. And you can always call us. And what is that phone number?
775-773-8761 or 775-7-RETRO1. Or go onto our fancy schmancy mobile website and click on the little phone in the upper corner and say, yes, I would like to call them. Those are your routes. And we're down to we're pretty low on the voicemails. So we need some more. Call us.
Yeah. Yeah. Sweet. See you guys.
See ya.